All right, folks, welcome to another edition of From the Bottom Up. And today's special edition, we're going to dig back into the year 2004. This album came out on September the 21st in 2004, and that's none other than Green Day and American Idiot. Quite appropriate political album for this time of day, this time today, which being the inaugural of our president. And this album hit number one, and it was the six times platinum, seventh studio release from Green Day. And this album pretty much resurrected their career following the disappointment of the sales of The Warning, which came out in 2000. The Warning itself, the album is not a disappointment. I tell you what, I really love that album. But for some reason it just didn't sell, and it just really got these guys in a hard place. And this album, American Idiot, got them back in a big way. So we're gonna rank it from the bottom up. And one more thing I want to mention about this album, it definitely had a lot of accolades. It received a pair of Grammys, one for the best rock album in 2005, and then in 2006 it spawned Record of the Year in Boulevard of Broken Dreams. And it also had a Broadway musical based upon it. And it gave the punks a platform who wanted their say in post 9/11 America. And it spawned a punk pop revival all over the place. So we're going to dig into it from the bottom up, starting with our least favorite song on the album, which is a decent song. Not the greatest song on the album, but we have to start somewhere here, and that's for What's Her Name. That's the closing song on the album, the epilogue that closes it out with a kind of subdued whimper in a way before it kind of tries to pick up the pace a little bit near the end there. Just sounds to me kind of out of place, even though it's kind of recaps things, but compared to the rest of the material in the album, it's my number 13. And that will take me down to number 12, which will be Give Me Novocaine, a dentist patient's best friend, but compared to the rest of the album, very mellow, and it definitely is one of the weaker songs on the album. Although it's not bad, it's just nowhere near as good as the remaining songs below it here. And we're going to go right away to number 11, which is Homecoming. I know that's going to probably shock some people. The Homecoming obviously is the second suite on the album, 9 minute song. It just doesn't feel, obviously it's not as strong as its counterpart. Um, but it does stand on its own merits. It's definitely a song unlike any other Green Day song in their catalog. And at this point, it's that's where we got it at number 11, mostly probably on song length, and the songs below it here I just feel are a lot more straight to the point, and it keeps the ball rolling. But Homecoming, obviously being a 9 minute song, um, kind of loses the attention span a little bit because it is kind of long compared to some of these faster ditties that we got coming up down the road here. So number 11 is Homecoming. Number 10, we're going to go down to Extraordinary Girl, which starts off oddly but kicks into gear. I really like this song. This is definitely one of the ones that catches the ear. Starts off a little weird, but then it gets into overdrive there about a minute into the song there. So that's what we got for number 10. Number 9, we've got Letter Bomb, the song that features Kathleen Hanna, who's a pioneer, of course, of the feminist punk riot girl movement. And yeah, definitely one of the better songs on the album. And very, very unique. I really like this song. Definitely is one of those ones that you kind of skip over when you don't really know the album too well, but I feel once you know the album and you play it through, this is going to be one of your highlights. Take my word for it. So 9 is Letter Bomb. Number 8 is going to be Saint Jimmy, which really starts off, it continues on from Are We the Waiting, and it's just a fast breakneck speed song that just motors right along. Um, just not quite as strong as the rest of the album, but it's definitely one of the songs that catches your attention because of how fast, and it's got that very punkish vibe that really brings the song into overdrive by the time it's all over and said and done. So number 8, Saint Jimmy. Number 7, Are We the Waiting? And this is one of those songs that a lot of people, they might not feel anything for, but I don't know. I really like the song with the all the vocals in it, all the double vocals and group vocals there. It's an awesome setup before going into the frenzy of Saint Jimmy, and I like it. That's why I got it at number 7. Number 6, I'm probably one of the people that you'd expect this song to be a lot lower on the list, but I don't know, maybe because it was played to death and I just got sick of it a little bit there. I've got Boulevard of Broken Dreams. Yeah, song hit number 2. And yeah, it may have taken the band to new commercial heights. And yes, it's the band's highest charting single, but in my estimation, it's nowhere near their best song. It did, however, win a Grammy for Record of the Year in 2006. So that's Boulevard of Broken Dreams. Number 5, Wake Me Up When September Ends. I've got it at number 5. It peaked at number 6, and it stayed on the chart for over 20 weeks. And the song is basically about Armstrong losing his father at such a young age. He was 10 years old when his father passed away. So a lot of that is what that song's all about. And that's number 5 for Wake Me Up When September Ends. Number 4, very, very big surprise. We got She's a Rebel. Love this song. Just an all-out balls to the wall song for me, a fast-paced ditty that gets the juices flowing, and perhaps to me is probably the most underrated song on the album, which is why I have it at number 4. So She's a Rebel is number 4. Number 3, we've got American Idiot. This is a song that pretty much rejuvenated the band's career and hit number 1 in Canada for their only number 1 there. Did hit number 61 only here, but the song, it definitely was an adrenaline rush that really helped catapult these guys to where they are today. Without American Idiot, I think Green Day probably would have broke up. I just don't see them being nowhere near as big as they are right now without that album. So that tells you how big that song was, because that was the first single, and how big this became here for them. Now, number 2. I call it like the magnum opus of the band's entire catalog, meaning I feel it's their best epic song on the whole catalog, but I've only got it at number 2 because the song I got at number 1 I just like a little bit better than this song. And this song, obviously a 9 minute and 8 second song, clocks in at. It's definitely the highlight on the album. If you want to listen, if there's one song you want to listen to get an idea about this album and what it's about, this is a song you'd like to listen to. It has a little bit of everything, and that's none other than Jesus of Suburbia. Just a great song, and these guys hit it out of the park on this one, and that's why I got it at number 2. And number 1, yeah, you guessed it, none other than the number 19 smash, the political song that took 2 months to write, and obviously it did not write itself. Armstrong felt that he was not satisfied with the lyrics, until the end. So that's why it took so long for that song to write. But when he got it, he hit it out of the park, and that's Holiday. Just a great song. I love Holiday. I know it was played to death on rock radio, but luckily I didn't listen to rock radio that much back when it came out. But I did buy this album, and I always love this song, and it just to me that riff, the way it starts off, the way it carries itself throughout the whole song, just simply love Holiday. Just To me, probably my favorite and greatest song in the whole catalog by Green Day. I would have to say. We'll see when I do my top 10 songs of Green Day somewhere down the line here. We'll see if it holds out at number one, but it's definitely number one on this album, American Idiot. So let me give you the quick rundown. We're going to go through it real fast just so you guys catch them all in once. Number 13, What's Her Name? Number 12, Give Me Novocaine. Number 11, Homecoming. Number 10, Extraordinary Girl. Number 9, Letter Bomb. 8, St. Jimmy. Number 7, Are We the Waiting? Number 6, Boulevard of Broken Dreams. Number 5, Wake Me Up When September Ends. Number 4, She's a Rebel. Number 3, American Idiot. Number 2, Jesus of Suburbia. And number 1, Holiday. And that takes us through Green Day's American Idiot from the bottom up. Stay tuned for much more.